Well, that's the. I think I still got the notes from when we first filmed this first.
No, I did a few.
You got some as well, yeah?
Just added a few more this morning.
Should we crack at the same time? Really to get this poddy going?
Yeah. Let's get this. I mean, oh, you're doing it one hand?
No, I got the mic in the other. How was you going to do it with the mic in the other hand?
I was just going to lap my lap.
3, 2, 1. Oh, all over the foot, Joy.
Do you see how that actually just shot out then as well? Let me wipe that.
Just lick it off.
What was
They're
that?
brand new clean. I know beading.
That's
It's good technology. Just lick it off. That's it. Box through. Lovely. Okay. That ruined that segment of the little cheers. That's it. Get that on. Lovely.
Right.
Thank you.
I've been watching my I only done that because my TikTok algorithm lately has been like like CEX workers at mosh pits and,
Oh, yeah.
and all the comments are the funniest thing. Like, I think TikTok comments are better than TikToks themselves, but when you see like I'm talking hard death metal, I'm not talking it's like darker than Linkin Park.
Yeah.
You read the comments and they're like, will this affect the opening hours of CEX? It's just stuff like that. It's so funny. I can smell the bodily odour from here. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Golf Supply Podcast. This is episode 24, and we're actually refilming this. Yeah.
24.1.
24 V2. We spoke about the Open and our predictions, and now the Open's happened. We're filming this on the Tuesday.
Were we right? No.
I'll be 100% honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Probably have seen his name before in the past. I'd never heard of the guy.
No, I didn't. I would have seen it somewhere, somehow, something, a clip would have been somewhere. But if you said to me, JJ Spaun's top of the leaderboard, I would have gone, oh, really? Is that just...
Well, I thought he was leading off day one. He shot 5 under, didn't he? I thought he was an amateur.
Oh, really? Yeah,
I thought it was one of them amateur stories that he just went and shot lights
and then
out.
he disappeared, though, didn't he? Like day 2, day 3 for a little bit, and then, yeah.
Yeah, well, congratulations, JJ Spaun. We don't mean any hating when we say that.
No.
And I know he'd won just from watching clips that have come out after his maiden victory, but he'd won on the PGA Tour maybe recently prior to that, or has won on the PGA Tour before.
He lost in a playoff, I think.
Oh, did he?
Players, I think they said. I think. Don't quote me on that.
We mean no disrespect, genuinely. Massive congratulations on your first major win.
Yeah.
Thoughts on it?
Preferred it to the PGA.
Okay.
The PGA Championship for me was a snooze fest.
Yeah.
I preferred it only because look, I don't really know where I stand in do I like players get beaten up or do I want to see 30 under? I'm not really sure where I stand. I like seeing a bit of both. I did enjoy them getting beat up on that last day in the rain. I fell asleep, but when they were having to pick, it was actually getting quite intense.
Yeah.
I'm quite annoyed I fell asleep, but I suppose I liked it. I liked seeing some big scores. It was mental how people at 6 over are still on the top bottom right graphic. Insanity. It was sixth place was getting you plus 6 was top 10. If you're plus 6 at any other PGA tournament, you're gone on. But you're not playing Saturday.
No, I mean I'll hold my hands up. I didn't watch any of it until the Sunday night.
Yeah.
And I also fell asleep like you did, but I tuned in at the point where
I had they had just got rained off, so I sat there for the hour and a half doing some work, and then they come back on, and it was bombing it down. It was hammering it down.
I saw when I joined when Sam Burns and Sam Burns went double or double bogey and was 2 under, then went to 1 over, and then as you're just watching progressing through this US Open, names at the bottom that were out of screen just coming up and up and up, and the names at the top are just going down and down and down.
How was that? I think they said about that, didn't they? It was John Rahm was 4 over, but because he shot 4 under on the day, technically, if they all got they were joking saying, I hope he's not fucked off to Travellers.
I mean, I don't think he would have.
No, but that was you are right. It's so funny. These boys are all coming up. The blokes who are having to go through that because they still haven't finished are stuck.
What a mental golf course to the eye. When you look at it from aerial route, or if you've seen some of the creators that you watch on YouTube playing it, from the eye, it doesn't look like it should be that hard.
It doesn't look like a nice course either. Obviously, impeccable course.
Yeah.
Trimmed to an inch of its life, but Yeah, it's just a field of some golf balls going.
Yeah.
There's no dog legs.
No.
It just goes up and down, up and down.
Not water to speak
No,
of.
like water to clear. There's no like trees to get stuck in. It's just all how firm and how rough. They reckon the fringes were running on 12 on the stimp meter.
The greens were 16, weren't they, I was saying?
The fairways, I truly believe that the fairways of that course will be better greens than what some of the greens we play on.
Yeah, it's mental. But it's weird though, isn't it? Because when I think like difficult golf course, I think either tree lined or a blend of thick rough with water, like sawgrass. Yeah. You look at sawgrass, it looks a lot narrower. You've got a lot of water to contend with. The rough is also
swirling
thick.
Wind on the
swirling wind. That's what I correlate like a difficult golf course to. So then seeing Oakmont, it's mad how just extremely thick rough and fast greens is really and length. There was the ridiculously long par 3, and so it's long, which again is a differentiating factor to a difficulty of a golf course for sure. Do you know what it was in yards?
No, I'm not got a clue. I'm guessing it'd be somewhere around 7,000. No, is that what they normally?
I reckon high 7, 7, something like that. So yardage, but it's mad, isn't it, that just rough and fast greens makes it so hard.
Just so much more for them boys to think about. But like going in that rough, you're conceding not just one shot. Really, you're basically conceding 2 almost. Yeah, having to hit out and then having to put yourself under pressure to hit the green. Oh no, it's bounced, and now I've got what would be a 2-putt, but I've 2-putted, but now I've made the 6. Like. Yeah.
I've got a few talking points on the US Open to do with the players that participate in the US Open. I do actually want your honest thoughts and opinion on this. One, what's happened to Rory?
Yeah, a lot of people said maybe he's just taken his foot off the gas. He's won the Grand Slam, but I don't think that's true. What did he say? He said something in an interview. He said, "Well,
that's why I'm asking as well. It's a two double-edged sword. He obviously hasn't played his best since winning the Masters, which is fine. I don't expect him to win every single tournament. It is a little bit out of sorts for Rory to not be in and amongst around there. But 2, he has got the serious fucking ball ache with the media.
Yeah, he's
like fuming with them.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's launching clubs as well, weren't he?
That ain't
you see
like
the one
Rory.
where he launched the club and it come back and he grabbed it?
The wedge. It was fucking sick. It was like Spider-Man. Sorry, Thor.
The force was with him there.
Yeah, it was fucking sick, Rory.
Yeah. He, I don't know. Didn't he? I'm sure he come out and said something saying it's like it's not as easy now to get up, and like I'm sure there was something. I kind of just made that up or dreamt it. I don't really dream about Rory. I'm sure.
He said it's harder to.
He said something like, "Now he's got the Grand Slam. It is harder to be on the range for 3 to 4 hours at a time." I'm like almost 99.9% sure he said something like that.
What's his beef with the media?
I don't know. I think they got on top of him about the driver thing, but I think he was also annoyed because Scotty also had a driver issue at the PGA, but they didn't hound Scotty.
Right.
So it was like his driver going into the PGA got banned or disallowed, didn't it?
It got tested as non-conforming after.
Yeah, but Scotty, a day or a few days before, had the same issue, but they didn't jump all over Scotty.
They didn't release it to the media.
That was it. They had it was an unwritten rule. Apparently, that sort of stuff happens all the time.
It's just not.
It never gets released,
right.
And in that instance, all of a sudden, everyone needed to know. And I think he got a little bit annoyed because it was him.
But why is he deep in that so much? Well, because he feels like they're just picking on him.
On me. Just leave. I suppose he just thinks like, let me cook a little bit, but like at the same time, you're Rory McIlroy, mate.
Yeah.
You're always in the limelight. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
All the big boys are really, aren't they? They're all spoken. The top 10 get spoken about. The rest don't really get spoken about unless you're in the top leaderboard.
Yeah.
And you're the one that, unfortunately, you get the clicks for the PGA Tour, YouTube, DP World Tour, YouTube, the clicks all around Instagram for the multiple pages that are out there. You get the clicks, so people want to talk to you.
It's a different side to him, though, this.
Yeah, it's like a villain arc.
He's always been poster boy child, always been the one to remain calm, speak on behalf of the PGA Tour, be polite to the media, do all of his media duties. But then again, maybe it is when you're not playing well and then you start getting this shit. He's really, in all fairness, for the last 7 years, he's played pretty good.
Yeah, well,
every single week in, week out. So it's easy to answer sometimes slightly more difficult questions or when you're playing fucking well because like your golf's backing up whatever you're going to say in there. Yeah. But yeah, he seems to be struggling at the minute with.
But to be fair, they are also. This sounds a little bit deep, but. They are, and I know they have like a routine of getting in front of the media and their sort of obligations, but they are humans. You actually never know what's going on, do you? Like, you actually generally like don't know what's going on at like home, whatever. It might come out in a year's time that something really, really bad happened, and we're all like, oh shit. Media are a bit hard. Well, the media won't care. They never care.
Media
They'll be tapping his phones
media
now.
will tell the story.
Somebody must have died in his family. Find out that member now.
Yeah, shout out Rory. Anyway, man, we know you'll be back.
Yeah.
Second point on, and I've seen a massive divided opinion on this. Did you see Tyrrell Hatton's post-round interview with the reporter, and he starts moaning about the unlucky break he got on 17?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I didn't see that actually.
Basically, you'd have seen the one where he reacts to JJ's putt going in.
Yeah.
I think in that same interview, either before or after, the reporter's asking him about his US Open and just missing out on it because he was obviously in contention. He would have had to. I think Spaun would have had to par the last, and then he'd have had to finish birdie to get into. Maybe it might have even been eagle birdie to get into a playoff with him. But I really like Tyrrell. I think Tyrrell's like great telly.
Is, yeah.
But the reporter asks him, he goes, "What? Like, how did you think it went?" He was like, "Yeah, just unlucky. Like on 17, I hit the correct shot for the miss. It was like over the bunker, and it should feed back down into the bunker because the rough isn't that thick there. And his ball didn't. It stopped on the downslope into the bunker."
Yep.
The reporter goes, "So why is that unlucky then?" And you can imagine Tyrrell just lost his head. He was like, "What do you mean, why is that unlucky?" He's like, "I haven't hit a good shot, obviously, but I've missed in the right place and it should roll back down. It hasn't. What type of stupid..." And started to go in on the reporter, like, and his face, and you can see he's getting angry.
Yeah. It's got like George.
He
face,
started to get all angry. But there was a bit of a split divide on the internet, TikTok mainly, of people saying, at what point can the reporters just not ask anything?
Yeah.
Without the players
they need to report
getting pissed off.
It's not actually really coming from the place that reporter generally believes in maybe what he's asking. He's just asking the questions to get answers.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah. So people were like, well, why he's asking why is that unlucky? Because I understood the question. It was maybe from the point of if someone's watching that and don't realise why that's unlucky. So your answer of, well, it was the correct place to hit it, to miss. It should have rolled back down. It didn't. And I had a really tricky downhill, though that's why it was unlucky.
Yeah.
But Tyrrell takes it so personally as if the reporter is like questioning him like, well, why is that unlucky? It's like, no, Tyrrell, I don't think he's asking you like to call you out.
Almost calling you out, saying like, no, you're just being silly now. It's not unlucky.
It's
so
TV.
Can you try and tell me?
There's people watching. People want explanations from the players of, why did you hit that shot? Or do you remember on the PJ Championship a few years back, you had the Chilean fella, not he plays on Live now.
Mito Pereira.
Yeah. And he hit that driver cut on 18.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do after that round had finished, he made double and lost, by the way.
Because he's been like not even that good on Live since that like moment.
Yeah, that was his moment. One shot lead. All you have to do is make par to win it, and he makes double and loses by one stroke.
Doesn't even go in the playoff.
No, loses by one stroke. All I wanted to do, and it's selfish of me, the viewer, because imagine the pain that he is going through at that point. The only thing I fucking wanted was to listen to why the fuck did he hit driver on. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
What was going through your head, Mito, to make you hit driver?
Well, who was it? You, the caddy? Just be honest. Both of you come stand there and tell us.
Yeah, I need to know.
Yeah.
I need to know you. And why did the caddy not talk you out of it, or did the caddy think it was a good idea? Did you both think it was a good idea?
And you just hit a bad shot.
Yeah. I need to know the ins and outs. And I suppose the same with, to a lesser extent, because he didn't win the tournament. And he weren't. And that's what people were saying as well. Why the fuck are you getting so angry?
Yeah.
It's not like you've missed out by one stroke. You were 3 or 4 back, and this would have happened. But yeah, I do like him, Tyrrell. He provides good telly. I love it when he gets angry.
Yeah, he's funny. He was like talking to his partner the other day. I love that, like talking to the face of his partner. Like
he's got problems.
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
It's just animated, but apparently they're saying like his ability to be able to do that and then just the next hole just forget about it was the reason why he was so high up at Oakmont, because he just doesn't get like something can happen on the previous hole.
Has his outburst and
then
he
forgets
just gets
on with it. Whereas other players aren't really used to being really annoyed at something happening, and then they're like, "Oh, that shouldn't have happened in that rough long hole 16."
Well, you have people saying as well with Rory smashing the tee marker. People were saying, obviously, it's not. You shouldn't do that on the golf course ever. It's not condoned in any stretch of imagination. But then you've got Wyndham Clark coming in after round 2 and smashing the lockers to shit. And on that, Rory's is a spur of the moment, hit a bad shot. Fuck, like we've all done it. Hit your club down
like
or
the ground
whatever it is. Wyndham, something's pissed him off. I don't know why he done it. He's finished his round. He's went in. He's had to sit down sign his card, do this, whatever media duty go in. So he's had like a 15-20 minute window after finishing the round.
He's that
annoyed still. He's went into the change rooms and just fucking smashed the shit out of all the lockers.
Right, GS Familiar. As all of you will know, we do all of our travel overseas and UK with the GOATs over at Golf Travel Centre. They've been a massive support to us on our channel, but they've got something new. So if you're looking to travel to Spain, Portugal, Morocco, Turkey, all of the European favourites, or you want to go a little bit further afield, they cover Vegas, Sawgrass, loads and loads of further long-haul destinations that you can book and go and play golf at. But they've introduced a brand new WhatsApp chat, which is by far and beyond the easiest way going forward to book your golf holidays. You can do your transfers, flights, accommodation, everything via a WhatsApp chat. Not talking to an AI robot, talking to one of the team at Golf Travel Centre who can give you instant quotes, prices, responses, all via WhatsApp. So in the description to this podcast and with the QR code on the screen, add them on WhatsApp and get booking your next trip in the easiest way possible. Thanks again to Golf Travel Centre for sponsoring the podcast. Let's get back to it.
Love to play it.
Members have got to go in there the next day like, that's my fucking locker.
I'd be pissed.
Jeff's like, that's my fucking locker. But I reckon that stuff does happen a lot more than we think though. Like people, I'm pretty sure in like one of the series, I've got a little bit lost track in that Full Swing documentary, but the first one, I'm pretty sure maybe it was Poulter was throwing toys around one of the changing rooms in it was like the first Full Swing before he went on to live in that. But I'm pretty sure it might have been someone else, but they were waiting on a playoff or something. Rory as well in that Full Swing at some point was like throwing things around the locker room. It's just high. What? You got like him with that Ryder Cup where he started arguing with Bones after.
Yeah.
And Shane Lowry had to pull him away.
What happened with, who was it? What player when they come into the changing rooms and they kick something and then it went all over someone's wife? Like a drink and it covered them in, or they threw a drinks bottle or kicked a bottle or done something and it went, I'm sure it like went over Brooks Koepka's wife or it went everywhere.
I don't know.
Do you not know?
No.
Comment below. Let me know. I can't remember what that was. What happened there? It
Send a link to the clip or something.
Yeah, it was a big story. But yeah, I agree. It must do. It's the same. It's a sport. It's people want to win behind closed doors. Like you are going to get pissed off.
It's a frustrating sport, mate.
Oh, it's the
Think if we were up playing like 18 holes the other day.
Head loss.
For one of the new series, which we'll touch on the format of it as such, but not the videos. But stroke play is a very, very annoying format and concept of golf.
Yeah.
And if you're not playing well, you get annoyed because you're like, well, literally, what is the point of me finishing 18 holes now? Mm-hmm. 2, you've got to try and find a fill because you're now stuck in a video or a competition or something. They can't just walk off that course. Some of them might go, well, I'm not fucking earning any money. I'm coming like 44th, so I don't need whatever hundreds or tens of thousands this is. I know that sounds bad, but they might not need it. Some of them might want to just walk off. So there is a lot of frustration, isn't there? Like, I think when you come off a football field and you've just been battered like 6-1, you can't just leave. Like, they go into the change rooms and probably just sit there and don't talk.
Yeah.
And then, like, they all know who they're trying to blame in their heads. Sport is a very, very intense, annoying thing.
But it's worse in golf because you can't look around the change room and blame anyone but yourself.
No, just you and the caddy just looking at each other like...
Yeah, fucking arsehole.
And the caddy's looking at you thinking, yeah, but mate, you hit the shots.
Yeah.
Right, and he's probably looking at the caddy saying, yeah, but you should have told me the different shot to hit.
Yeah. It is a fucking annoying sport.
But yeah, it'd be cool to one day, I reckon a few years away, but to start getting to play some of the venues. Obviously, all the Americans had the honour of playing a few of them, which is cool. So that's a really good thing that the PGA are now doing. Allow them, and well done Oakmont or whoever was involved in that decision. It'd be cool to see some UK guys start getting invited to either the UK events or obviously going overseas. That'd be good.
What would you have shot around Oakmont? Not in the rain.
Yeah, so
in whatever day was best conditions.
Yeah.
What would you shoot?
And we're tipping it out.
Tipping it out. Exact same tees as the boys played. What would you shoot round Oakmont?
I don't know what that's. I'm just going to go with assumption par is 72. I would be trying to break genuinely. Like I would like to break one. I genuinely would go there if I've got to break 120. Like I mean 100 would be like I'd probably go there and I'd be like right. I don't care. Anything happens. I'm just going to break 100. I just want to be 2 digits. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I just need to fight to break that score.
Yeah.
Do I think I would break? I'm not sure. I think perhaps I probably wouldn't. If I played it 10 times, I don't think I would. I think there would be a few I could, if like I'd really driving it well or putting well. But ultimately, we don't see how big them greens are on the TV. You don't comprehend how big they are, how hard they are. If I go in the rough, do I have strength to get out of the rough? Yes, but am I going to get out of every time? No. Am I going to leave one in there? Yes. Does that mean I now have to? There could be like some big holes, but I would go there with the aim of breaking 100. Yes.
So did you see the slope chart for it?
No.
That got released.
No.
So my handicap, I put myself as scratch, not plus 1.5 to plus 2.4 category. I put myself as the scratch handicap.
Yep.
I got 8 shots around Oakmont.
But then,
so my quote unquote, I should be shooting 80.
But you get 4 at Cameral.
Right. Okay. You on the 12 bracket.
Yep.
I think you got 20 shots.
Okay, so 92. So yeah, I should. Okay, so I would just go there with the sole intention to keep myself in 2 figures.
I think it would all depend on what one. I'm saying this under the assumption that you said the other night. We have spotters that are going to find our balls in the rough, otherwise you're fucked.
That changes things.
Yeah. You have to, otherwise you're not going to find any of your golf balls. You're going to walk past so many of them. So we're playing it the same as the PGA Tour boys are playing. You're not going to lose a ball if you hit into the rough. So the rough is the penalty, not a lost ball.
Yeah, okay.
I think I could break 90 only if I half got the speed of the greens pretty quickly when I played it. Because I'll hit wayward shots. If I find my ball, I'll back myself on 80% of the times out the rough, I'll be able to wedge it back to the fairway or back into play. And then I'll 60% of the time hit a decent shot into the green, and I might 2-putt and 3-putt a lot of the greens. But I'm going to make a few pars out there when I do hit a good drive, because there's some 308-yard par 4s.
I agree.
I'm going to make a few pars out there. I think it would all depend on, because sometimes when you just go play golf and you haven't got the speed. It's just gone.
We were speaking about this in the group the other day, weren't we? I genuinely believe there'll be some 4 and 5 putts.
Oh, 100%.
Just because, you'll have that long putt like JJ Spaun had on the last and hold it, but I would probably leave that. There could be times where I could leave that 40% of the way.
Yeah, and there'd be times where you'd hit a putt with the slope, you'd actually end up further away from the hole than if you get the speed wrong.
If I had that length of putt JJ Spaun had, and I leave it 60% of the way, well, that remaining 40% is still a 3-putt opportunity. Yeah. So do you know what I mean? And then you walk away with an 8 or a 9 on a hole, and you're annoyed. Yeah. And all it takes is the next hole. If you hit one bad drive in there, you're now in the gutter. So it could just run away with you. But like you say, if you're driving it well, I would just go there with the. I don't think I'd break 100, but I'd go with the intention to just fight to break 100.
Yeah, mine would be to break 90. My target would be to. In my head, I'd love like an 85.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Would I shoot at JCB?
Not sure.
My target was to break 80. I think I shot 81 at JCB.
It's interesting though, because Cameral you get 4 shots. Okay, so that's technically double harder. Cameral, I probably would fancy you to break 75 8 times out of 10. Really. So I don't know. So I mean, it's easy to sit here though, isn't it, and watch it. I really don't know until give it a couple of years we get the opportunity.
I'd fucking love to. I would love to. That'd be. I like their major cut series.
Sick. Best thing on YouTube.
Yeah, for Grant and Brian Rose.
They struggled.
Did they? What did they shoot?
Grant was 24 over. They do 2 rounds, one on each channel. So he went 12 over each day. George.
So that's an 84.
George was on for like 75 on the last hole, and 75 he 1-putted and he 3-putted. Don't know what he shot overall. Wesley on like the last day shot like 79. So like it's tough, and like they look like they played alright as well.
Yeah. And they're all very good at golf.
Yeah.
I would love to. That would be my I think clearly it makes great YouTube content. They do it, but I think it would just be such a better viewing dynamic if it was me and you doing it, because you have 2 completely opposing targets. I used to say to you, shout out Random Golf Club. They used to do their break-in series.
Oh yeah. And
that was my favourite content on YouTube. They'd go to Sawgrass and they'd get a scratch handicap, an 8 handicap, and for a 4-ball scratch handicap, a 6 handicap, a 14 handicap, and a 24 handicap.
Yeah.
And they'd all go play off of the same tees, and they'd all have separate targets. The scratch would be he's going to try and break 80 at Sawgrass. Blah blah blah, letting it go up and up and up. Yeah. I just think it's so good, and I would love to be able to go and do all of the major venues, but just tour venues as well across.
Yeah, I would like to play the.
But it would have to be the Monday after the tournament or before. I'd need to play it off their tees with the course set up just to see what an amateur scratch golfer, what an amateur. We're going to say 12 with me, but I reckon you're about an 8 to 9 handicap. What them two differentiate in handicap shoot at these tour golfers, I think it'd be fucking brilliant.
Well, it'd be good for your mental resilience, that's for sure.
I would stuff like that. I can't get angry when I go play golf courses like that, West.
No, I agree.
I can't.
With that.
I get angry if we go play Thorndon and I start chopping it, or like our new series, like we allude to, when I go through them stretches of holes where I keep doing stupid shit.
Yeah, at an easy,
at a not tour venue, mate. When I went and played Live, I was parred the first, parred the second, then I went bogey, 5 bogeys and a bounce. I've never been happier.
Yeah, it's fine. Just take it all in.
Yeah, just taking it all in. And I knew it was going to be hard. I knew it was going to be difficult. If you hit a bad shot, you're like, oh, fucking hell, this next one's going to... Like, you almost enjoy the struggle. Well, I do anyway.
Yeah, I do.
I can't get angry with it. I don't think you would either. If we're going to play Portrush or if they've done one at Raw St George's or wherever we are, if we went Raw Liverpool when they had the Open there, and we were playing before or after it, genuinely, I think I could walk off shooting 90 and you were like, fuck me, that was hard.
Just enjoy the hard. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's really, I would love to do that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, like you said, in the future, we'll have opportunities to be able to go and make that style of content because I think it'd be fucking brilliant.
They, talking about keeping their tees out and that, they just hosted, obviously, the PGA... It's not PGA Championship. What is it actually? There's a word I'm missing in the middle. But it's for all the PGA pros in the UK, maybe overseas, I'm not sure. Do one once a year in the UK. Ingeborg Links hosted one this year.
It's like the Order of Merit thing, innit?
Yeah. I think you have to qualify for it and stuff like Ash was saying there. But Peter Finch and then 144 other PGA pro qualified, whatever the credentials are, just played a 4-day tournament at Ingeborg Links. The overall score the winning score was 13 under, which is pretty good.
4-day tournament.
Yeah, 4-day. There wasn't that many people under par. There were some big scores. I think Finch just snuck into... He had a very up and down. He went like 3 over. Then the next day went like 4 under. Then went 5 out. Like, I don't know. He had a very... I think he ended like 2 or 3 over. Top 20 or something. He's a very, very good golfer. So good. Yeah, it was just... it was interesting to see. I was really intrigued to see what he was going to do around there because obviously we have been blind a little bit. He's pretty good golfer.
Well, we said on the last podcast we was giving him... We'll say it again because it didn't obviously fucking record. But Ingeborg's a beast when the wind gets up. I said
it's all on the wind. Yeah.
The day that there was loads of under par scores, I checked the forecast that morning because we were playing.
Yeah.
And it was minimal wind.
Yeah, it's all on the wind. It's the wind in everything in golf, ain't it? Really.
Even more so at Ingeborg. It plays really easy is the wrong word. It's definitely not. When it's no wind, you still don't feel like you're going to turn up there and shoot. Well, I don't feel like I'm going to turn up there. It's a guarantee I'm going to shoot level par or better.
Yeah.
Because there's so many opportunities to lose a ball off the tee or.
Yeah.
But yeah, for Finch to shoot 3 over, and I know some of the lads on the Rough Cut podcast and his team watch this. I don't know if Pete watches it, but we were saying on the last episode that obviously didn't make it out. We were just giving Pete some praise because I'd always said for the last couple of years that if me and Finch played, it would be a good game of golf, which I still do think it would be a good game of golf if I played well. But I was always like, if I played at what I know my best to be when I've played good golf, and Pete played his best at the time when I used to say it, I always back myself to go, no, I reckon I've got the better of him.
Which is nothing wrong with saying that.
No,
either.
But you have to hold your hands up sometimes, and with the way that he's been playing in tournament golf and some of the scores he's been posting, he's been winning events. I think he shot a course record somewhere, like a 5-6 under. For how consistently he's now doing that week in, week out in these tournaments, I have absolutely no shame in saying that Peter Finch is I would say much better golfer at this point than me as well.
Well, I think 3 over off the blacks through 4 days at Ingeborg is... So let's say he had 2 good weather days, I think, and 2 were not so good. 3 over through 4 rounds at that course off the blacks is pretty fucking good going, ain't it?
It's consistent, mate. We said it before. I have the capability. People might laugh or might not to. There's some videos on the channel that you can refer to. I know I have the capability, not at the minute, I'm playing like fucking arse, but when I've been playing nice, to turn up at a golf course and shoot 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, anywhere down to I would be comfortable 5 under par at some point if I got it going. But then I wouldn't have been confident to say that I'll turn up the next day and do the same thing again. When I was playing my best golf probably 8-9 months ago now, it was the level parsman. Might nick a 1 under par. That would be my 1 under to 2 over. That was my super consistent numbers in golf. Whereas Pete's shown over the last 3 months, 4 months, 5 months now, and I know he's got a coach full time again now. I know he's grinding like fucking, and rightly so. The results are there now to do so. But he's putting in 3 unders, 4 unders, 5 unders in tournament golf as well, under pressure for everyone to watch. So I think Finch is definitely the best YouTube golfer at this current moment in time in the UK.
I would agree, yeah.
And his game looks to have come on leaps and bounds. He drives the ball like fucking God. He's got
hits it far as well.
Oh, he pumps driver. I actually really like his move in his swing as well. It don't look like loads can go wrong with it. And yeah, he fucking hits it, which obviously helps. Putting, he putts pretty solid putter. Got a good wedge game. Overall, I just think he's a really solid golfer. And yeah, I've got no qualms at all by holding my hands up and saying that he would pump me.
Hey, but time to chase him down, I say.
Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with someone being better as long as you've got the willingness to know that you can. Like, I might not sit here and go, you know what, Finch, you're a better golfer than me. I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
However, at least you know in your body you can say, you're currently a better golfer than me, but I know in my body I can be a better golfer than you, so I'm coming.
I can get there.
Yeah.
I can get there.
But yeah, rounded up the US Open. The last thing I'll say on that is we... for those that haven't been made aware or watching up videos, I'm sure you'll heard that we've launched obviously Golf Supply Golf Club. So every time there's a major, we try and do like a mini link up. For the PGA Championship was our first one. There was about 24 of us played at Ingerborn Links. Then went to a sim Golf.1 in Southend after. I just hit balls all night. PGA Championship was on the screen as well. It was actually a sick night.
It's fucking sick.
We skipped last weekend just because it was Father's Day. There's a lot of fathers in the group. So we're meeting up this weekend. There's about 38, 40 of us. This isn't a golf day. It's just a mini link up. We're going to go play Essendon and then go for a curry after, which is sick. One of my favourite things now to do, just because, I love competitive golf. When me, you, Frex, Arch, any of our boys, Richie, all play for money. I love competitive golf and a 4-ball. But we all stick 20 quid in from the golf club. It's basically like we explained when we launched the golf club, having this mini society. It's not every single week, but it was only a month ago we met up, and we're going to meet up again for the Open, which we'll touch on because we've got even better plans potentially for that. We all stick 20 quid in. We've got pairs this time, combined Stapleford. It's like a pot of like 750 quid or something. And then, yeah, curry after with all the lads.
It's fucking so sick.
And it's so funny. You got
to think on Ryder Cup. So we have. It'll probably be 2 next year, but as part of Golf Supply Golf Club, we have one big club championship day every year. We've got further details coming out on, and it will probably open to non-Golf Supply Golf Club members as well. So if you're watching this and you don't want to join the golf club for whatever reason, but you would like to attend the big golf day, I mean, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn by saying this. I do think it will sell out instantly, but I'm sure there will be spaces. We've probably got about 150 to 160 slots available for the venue that we're doing it at.
Just they get a priority. So then once, after, I say we release it to the golf club for X amount of time.
Yeah.
If it isn't then filled, then it goes to the
it'll go to the general public. But as you can be assured that if you're in the golf club, especially on a Ryder Cup year, which this year is, we're going to have a club championship. We're going to have a winter tournament. So that's going to be the 2 big tournaments where there's going to be 150 plus golfers from the golf club and probably a few from outside. Other creators go in there. We'll get all the brothers down and whoever wants to come. So there'll be 2 big golf days. But yeah, we're going to have 5 mini major link ups this year. Every year it'll be 4, but then when there's a Ryder Cup, it'll be 5 because we do every single major. We do a mini meet up and we do a bit of a shindig after. And yeah, I sort of echo Westy's feelings on it. The one that we done at Ingerborn for the PGA was fucking sick.
It is quality, and
it's so good, mate.
It's just we always say, and we bark on and won't keep being repetitive, but like the golf club is good because you've got like-minded people that all just love golf. So like when there's a major on, we all talk, a YouTube video talk. We actually talk all the time, but it's just like-minded people that just want to talk shit, play golf, meet up, network, talk about like normal life, not normal life. It's just good. Like it sounds really drippy, but as you're a male and you get older and older, you get less and less friends because you're busier and busier. Now people are meeting like I think every single day there is a golf meetup going on from within that group. Every single day throughout the week and weekend.
And it's nice as well because people are getting to play golf courses that some of them potentially are members only.
That's
or
true. That's a good thing. Purdis, Woodall Spa.
Woodall Spa, yeah.
Manor House because of Garbs.
And I think it's nice that you probably wouldn't... Say Manor House, for example. We're Essex-based, as I'm sure many of you may know. Manor House is fucking miles away. It's down where the brothers live.
Yeah.
Chippenham,
yeah.
Chippenham, something like that. Miles away. We've done a video there. You wouldn't, if you wasn't in the golf club and you didn't know anyone in that area, the likelihood of you and your boys just saying, "Oh, should we go down and play Manor House this weekend and drive 3.5 hours to do it?" is slim, because you've got someone's got to ring up the golf course, book the tee time. No one's ever been there before. It's fucking miles away. Whereas what I've found, what I really like about the golf club as well, is I've been a little bit busy with not being able to do as many. You've played a couple more times than I have with members at different golf courses, but I would be much more inclined if Garbs or if Mark or if someone or Andy at Woodall, or it could be anywhere. It was a decent golf course and it's quite far away, and someone goes, "Boys, I've got a tee time on Thursday at 2:00. It's at this golf course."
Yeah.
If I looked at my schedule and I'm like, "Oh, do you know what? I could actually make it there." The tee time's booked. You can go down. You're playing with people that you've chatted to into the group. It's so much more accessible to be able to really travel the country and play golf courses that you potentially wanted to play. And I didn't expect that to come from the golf club. I just think you have to be. It's so hard for us to sit here and explain what the golf club's like unless you're in there and you get to see it. Don't get me wrong, the Rat Chat is fucking mental, and
it's not for the tame, is it?
It's not for the tame, and there's plenty of that we've got probably, what would you say, 50, 60 members that are full time in there.
Core.
You know who you fucking are, you weirdos. Me and Westy are part of that group as well. We're in there quite a lot. And then you have other people who speak in other chats about people speak in the tech chat quite a lot, or people speak in the clothing chat quite a lot. We have like a members non-chaos chat, which some people speak in as well. But there's something for everyone in there. And the big takeaway that we've said it so many times in the podcast, and it's the last we'll speak about it until we go on to the Q&A questions later on. The big takeaway for me has been everyone meeting up to play golf.
Yeah.
And the way that everyone is just constantly in communication with each other every single fucking day.
Yeah.
Like, it's mental. It's crazy to think that we just started this. Oh, yeah, whatever. I love it. Best thing we've ever done.
Before we maybe tease a little bit about the open meetup, sort of the first thing I'll say on this, because if you didn't watch our not latest, which you should, Wallacey, was an unbelievable video. The video before that, we signed with, obviously, I'm assuming if you listen to this, you do follow our stuff, but that may be an assumption. But yeah, we signed with an equipment sponsor, equipment brand, PXG, which is like really, really cool, and we're genuinely really happy.
We've had some very frequently asked questions on this as well, which I think it'd be good to answer on the podcast.
But I don't know. I just think like Jake and the team. And I was down there the other day, and it just like it doesn't feel weird. Like all the blokes, like we're in the shop and we're having a laugh, and I don't know. They're really a good, really, really good bunch of lads. And like Jake, who we speak to like on a daily basis from PXG, is like, he couldn't do anything more for us, and it's like we've been signed a matter of weeks. And
that's so big for us, by the way. And just to address a few common questions we've had since announcing that we've signed with PXG. First one, just to quickly answer, is will we still be reviewing other golf clubs? Will we still doing all that type of stuff on the channel? Because we do a lot of that on Instagram. Especially when it comes into review season, we do review clubs quite a lot. The answer to that is yes. We're still going to be reviewing absolutely everything you'll be seeing on Instagram as this podcast comes out. We're obviously brand ambassadors and signed with Golf Bidder as well, so we do a ton of reviews and Instagram content with Golf Bidder. We still do our Golf Bidder challenge videos, which is not using PXG Club. So yes, the first thing is we've signed with PXG. In me and Westy's, all of our playing content for anything, we'll be using PXG balls, PXG clubs, PXG bag. That is our contract with PXG, and we're absolutely fucking buzzing with that, because we'll get onto the actual equipment in a minute. But as part of that contract as well, PXG were more than understanding and actually supported us to the fact that we enjoy reviewing other golf clubs. That type of content does well for us on social media. That helps our channel grow. As we grow and we get bigger and we're using PXG clubs in our videos, that's a benefit to PXG. And that was just another one of the reasons why we wanted to sign with PXG in the end, is because they completely 100% was on board with exactly what we do. Didn't want us to change anything in our content, because we won't name names, but we've had conversations with other manufacturers. It wasn't just PXG we were speaking to, as hard as that is to believe for some people in the YouTube comments. But some of the feedback, which is just a was a massive turn off straight away was they slightly wanted us to change what we do and how we do it, which we are quite firm on.
We're not capable of doing, actually.
No.
It's about whether we want to do it or not.
Yeah,
Genuinely, we're not capable of doing it.
No.
Let's have it right.
Yeah.
If we physically can't, like Ash is like one of the least fake people I genuinely know. Like he just, what you see, how he acts around me and in the GoPro is how he would act around the CEO of the biggest company in the world. Like it's just, we don't have the ability to.
But you're the same.
Yeah, I just don't have. I'm either really, really quiet because I don't, and when it comes out, if like we just don't have that ability.
No.
And plus, I don't think. Listen, we do this because we obviously want to do it for the rest of our lives. But like ultimately, like we're 32, and I just want to do things how I want to do things.
Yeah.
I just like to play golf with my pal, and I don't know, like just have fun taking the piss out of Wilbur and JK and all that. Yeah, and Jake is very, very hard on the fact of like. We will just sprinkle PXG in. You do you, and we'll sprinkle on top. So it's like we're the donut, and he's the sprinkle. Who's the icing holding us together?
Bob.
Yeah, Bob is the icing.
Yeah.
How can I connect Jake and the GS?
Yeah.
And Bob is like, no more.
Yeah. So that was common ask question number one with us signing for PXG was, will we still be doing stuff with reviews, and they will still be 100% honest, impartial. Nothing changes. I'm not going to be comparing them to a PXG club, but if in November when we go through silly season and all the drivers come out, we've still got amazing relationships with everyone that sends us clubs out. Wilson, Mizuno, Titleist. Like I still speak to these people. Titleist actually sent out some fucking shout out James, by the way, sent out some mini FootJoy shoes for Tully. I'll show you in a bit.
And shoes sat right there, like one of one.
Yeah, and
he's got no reason
so
to do that.
We've had fantastic relationships with all of these brands. Mizuno have done a ton for us. James and the team at Titleist have done an absolute ton for us. So we will continue to review their clubs, speak honestly about their clubs, because that's relationship. We enjoy doing it. So that's not changing. That was commonly asked question number one. Commonly asked question number two was, why PXG, and why is it whenever anyone signs with a company, it's because it's the best clubs and it's not just because it's about money? I've had that quite a lot on YouTube. You start on that, and why PX? Why? So we had. I'm not going to name the companies that we was speaking to, but we had three options really.
I think for us, like, so Jake again was actually, I keep blowing smoke up this bloke's ass, but like, well, he deserves it, I suppose.
Yeah,
he
does.
invited us down, and he was like, with I know you're speaking to the American side that run it. Come down to Surrey, hit the clubs. Then, because I don't want you to sign anything or commit to anything if you haven't even hit the clubs, which is actually so true and fair.
And because of that, we're not hiding anything or shame in saying it. I'd never used PXG clubs before this deal.
It would never been in my thought process. And
No.
be honest, to go, yeah, I'll hit that. I've been stuck to like 2 or 3 brands in my whole playing career. We hit them and we both left, and we were like, yeah, fair one.
Yeah,
actually, fair one. And then it went quiet for a bit. We went to, did we go to Portugal after that? Or it was just a good couple.
Away.
We went to Manchester and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the dialogue continued, and we just thought, you know, if there's no one else signed to PXG as well in the creator, which is a big thing for us, I would rather play first fiddle than I got no problem with saying that, say we sign for someone like Callaway, the four brothers, their numbers are astronomical compared to us, and I've got no problem saying that. So I wouldn't want to play second or third fiddle to other people and just feel like I was getting drips and drabs and seeing them go abroad or seeing them do this and think, maybe we'll get that next year. I'd just rather be, we're their guys and they're our guys, and that's just our relationship with PXG. And that's, I hand on heart, truthfully, just that's my main thing that I like.
Yeah. And yeah, same for me. Everything that we'd spoken about before this with regards to their outlook on our content, and because Jake was a massive fan of our stuff already before speaking about actually potentially signing. And I hope Jake won't mind me saying that. The team around PXG, like the lad that fit me at PXG, he watches all of our content and stuff. And I think when Jake had originally mentioned to the boys in the shop and some of the fitters, the response from them was like, 100% we should sign these boys. So that straight away makes you feel
good,
yeah, wanted. The people within the business watch our stuff, they enjoy our content. You can get people within the business that enjoy your content, but then you can have the hierarchy who don't approve of the content.
Yeah.
But that's not the case with PXG. And listen, we can be sometimes a little bit on the line with things that we do. We'd never overstep the mark. We're not going to do anything like ridiculous, but we do definitely walk the line sometimes in some of the jokes. But that's how we are, and we, like Westy said, I don't think we're actually capable of changing that, whether we rightly or wrongly. So to have a company say, boys, just be yourself, keep doing what you're doing. Come down, like you said, try the clubs. If you like the clubs, then let's progress it further. And we do genuinely, hand on heart, think the clubs are fucking awesome. So that's an easy win straight away. And then, listen, of course, we've signed with PXG. Of course, we're getting paid for promoting their clubs. It's exactly the same with Rect or Golf Bidder or Manners or Golf Gear Giveaways or Fair Play or Unibet, whatever it might be. We're promoting a company to our audience of thousands of people. Well, yeah, like we need to be paid for doing that, but it's not the only decision, or it's not the only factor that comes into why you sign with any of them. Why we sign with Golf Bidder, or we've got a very strict, and we'll move on from this after, because I would sing to the cows come home about how good I think the PXG clubs are that we're using. Yeah, you're going to see in content coming out. This man has been playing well recently, anyway, but his fucking iron play. Fairway woods as well. You've never seen him. You'll see for yourself. We'll let the golf do the talking on the clubs, because that's the best way to show you boys. But
I was going to say, I actually said in a recent video at Warpleston, I've seen you hit unbelievable wedges and all that, but I've never seen you for a long, long time, possibly ever, if I'm being brutally honest, or in the last 2 years, seen you hit long irons where you are at the minute. High and far, and you've actually gained distance back.
Yeah, I have.
Because you actually did lose about 15 yards. Yeah. We were always like, we had like same club. Mm-hmm. That it was like, what you hitting now? 7? Yeah, cool, 7. Mm-hmm. I don't even need to think about the yardage. Yeah. And then you definitely went down a club. Yeah. Or like sometimes even a club and a half sometimes. Mm-hmm. And driver went back like 20 yards. 30 yards. Yeah. And now, I don't know. You decide what you think it is, because he hasn't had any lessons or anything. So
no,
you've just been properly fit for equipment, which obviously does help. But
but the clubs will speak for itself. And just wanted to ask some of them like common questions. And we are fucking paid from PXG. It's no secret there. We're not going to go into how much we're fucking paid, obviously, but that's not the only deciding factor. It may be for some creators. Because if it was the main deciding factor, then there would have been other companies that we could have signed with, but it's not. And whether you believe that or don't believe it, I'm sure people who watch us week in, week out know what me and Westy are like, and money's not the all-driving motivator for stuff that we do with regards to the golf supply. We do what we think is going to be best for the golf supply, and best for us personally. And with everything calculated, we threw it into our little fucking algorithm pot of what we thought was going to be best, and PXG come out a resounding winner.
We're stuck in our ways. Ask JK.
We are.
He's stuck in his ways, by the way.
Yeah.
He's very much so. But JK sometimes says to us, no, we should do this or do that. And we're very stuck in our ways. We want something to be how we want it to be. Even if JK gives a complete neutral and gives a social media point of view, he always gets overruled, because we just do things how we want to do it. So, we touched on it then. We have got a new series. So we have played stroke play individually, break 70, break 80, which is more just like a gap filler, if you will, when the other one's busy. So that's our go-to, pop out and do stroke play, which I think people do actually like watching. Mm-hmm. And obviously
we need to do more of as well. Yeah. We need to get into a bit of we go very heavy on the recordsman, because that's our personal favourite series. But I think we do need to get out more and do some...
I think this new series is very good.
This has potential to be my most frustrating but most rewarding series
I would agree. Just because, it's good for us. We get to play a little bit more straight, and we're doing... It's just break 150 combined. So it's effectively a break 70 and a break 80 combined. If I shoot an 85 or an 84, Ash could then maybe shoot 4. Like, do you see what I mean? So the pendulum, the seesaw is like this, but ultimately 70, 80, and it's 18-hole stroke play. So... it's good for us. We don't play enough stroke play on camera. Probably don't play enough stroke play off camera in general, so it's good. And the series is good. It's like we're a team, but you're also playing for yourself. And It's very annoying, but it is also very rewarding. If we can do this, I feel like if we can get down to the 16th, 17th hole coming up soon, where we're close, it will feel bigger than putting for 12 under in the record.
100%. Not even no.
We've done 2,
doubt.
haven't we, so far?
Done 2. They're not out yet,
and they're both very different.
They're both very different for their own reasons. It's a really, like Wesley just said, stroke play on its own can be hard. It's great when you're playing well, but sometimes when you go through a stretch of holes, Wesley's starting to get there with like his handicap coming down and how his expectations of golf are now. So he'll feel very much the same as what I feel. If I go on a stretch of, like in one of the videos, won't give anything away, but when I made a double bogey at one point, and then I made a couple of bogeys to follow that up, I know that my target in the video is 70.
Yeah.
So I then, in my head, I'm like, well, I've just fucked it for you.
Yeah.
Because I've now got to find 5 birdies somewhere coming in to try. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then you're getting to that level now where in one of the videos you had an amazing start,
where you didn't have, and it was counteracted.
Yeah. And so, but then that was the beauty of it. You had this amazing start, so we're still in with a chance because you're doing really well, even though I'm struggling. But then it then switches, and then I start playing really well, and then you do bad,
and then we like flatline a little bit.
Yeah.
But by that point, the damage is interesting. It is
very, very interesting.
Comment below how many episodes you think it will take for us to do this. We may have already done it, to be fair. We may be keeping the worst kept secret from you, but how many episodes do you think it will take? How many?
One thing we do need to do when we're doing these videos though, is we need to actually keep track of where we are more. Because the first 2 videos, because we've had a bit of turmoil in there, we have no idea what we're on.
Nah. And do you know what? Last episode,
we weren't immediately.
We weren't we had a torrent start.
Yeah.
And to be fair, maybe 10, 20, 30% if you might click off, you shouldn't.
No.
Because it gets very, very good. And I won't give much more away than that. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it does get very, very close. Maybe we've already done it. We do need to keep an eye on how we are in the video. But it's a really fucking interesting format because, like Westy said, one person can bail the other person out if someone isn't doing that well. But then at the same time, 150 means that to break it, I either have to shoot 2 under par on a par 72, and you go 4 under handicap. So I'm 2 under handicap, you're 4 under your current. Even though I'm not going to go into the whole handicap chat again, I think 80 is probably that'd be you doing well. Like if that's you playing solid now, like an 80, I'd say not pretty well. You've played well, but I feel like
yeah. So it is achievable, but you've both got to do it on the same day.
That's the hard part.
At the same time. Yeah,
that's the hardest part.
Yeah, but it will be. I'm excited for. Like we haven't had it yet in Recklesman. We obviously are at 8 under par now. We've done it again over at Wallasey. If you haven't seen that, we done it at Doonas, and then we went over to Wallasey, which what a fucking golf course that is, by the way.
Yeah, really good.
And done it again. So Recklesman's trending in the right direction.
Recklesman will be double figures within the next
10 episodes.
Yeah, probably sooner, depending on track.
Yeah, depending on where we play.
Within the next 5, I think.
But that'll be mega exciting when we get to 10. If it's even if it happens on the last hole, or if we get there before it, and then we're holding on to that, that'll be genuinely like you'll see the excitement of me and Westy when we get to that, because that series has been going for a year and a bit now.
Yeah,
and we still haven't reached double digits, even though there has been it was a big downhill in the winter.
It must have gone like this, and then winter really was down. It was like level pars and 100s and shit.
It was bad. But then now it's on the way up, so I will be genuinely buzzing when we get to that, or I'll start feeling them emotions when we get there.
We did at Wallasey.
Yeah.
Because we got to that score at like hole 15,
Yeah, we should have done a little bit better coming in there.
You know what? I watched it back last night, and I completely forgot that you made that part where you made a birdie part. And we had 4 holes left.
But one of them was the par 3, the really difficult one, the long one where we made par. I hit it over the flag.
Fine.
That's fine. But then we kind of zoned out a little bit. I think because it was getting dark.
The 18th was gettable.
Yeah, it was.
If any of the other holes coming in, I can't.
17 is a hard one. It's long driver, and then we hit the wedge across the corner, and then we went to the right of the green and we had to chip on. We made par, or I think you putted it and I chipped it. You know the par 5, the first par 5 you play?
Yeah.
The hole that plays back
Oh,
that
yeah.
one, 17.
Sorry, yeah. And you hit a really good drive.
Down the left.
I
You
went
did
right.
as well,
Yeah,
but you was on the right. But then we had 9 irons
50. I mean, good opportunity there. Yeah, we had 9 irons or wedge or something. But the 18th for me is the one we should look back and think should have both put it in closer.
Yeah. But yeah, I think when we get to in contention on that Break 150 series, because we're committing to it, by the way, whether you like it or don't like it, as Westy alluded to earlier, we are very stuck in our ways. Once we start something and we enjoy it, and there's a challenge there, we can't fucking stop. So Break 150, you're going to be seeing a lot of them on the channel.
It's good to have another series.
Yeah,
it's good for us, and I think it will only actually make our golf better. Like truly.
And people have commented. Someone actually commented. I saw pop up this morning on the Wallacey video. One of them going, "Oh, is all you boys do is scrambles?" Like, well, there you go. Here's the 18-hole stroke plan. Rather than me just doing a break 70, we've got the added pressure there of trying to do it with your partner. We've both got to do our best golf on the same day in the same round. So yeah, I'm fucking buzzing for that series, and it is genuinely. Although, like you said, when it ain't going your way, you do just want to quit.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck. What's the fucking point?
Well, I'm not going to say.
Yeah. You're like, what the fuck is the point? There is a clear reason why you don't quit, and it's shown in definitely the second video.
Yeah. When we got off and we started counting the card, we were like, we're fucking idiots.
Yeah. What a series.
So the one thing we got to discuss after this, so we won't go loads and loads of detail, but obviously, and we did allude to it, golf day, the main golf day, and obviously it's looking like 99% sure it will be Forest of Arden for a 1 night 2 day event. And we just got to get down with it, see what we're going to get there, get the format. We're thinking like, I don't think you can ever do 4-man scrambles at golf days anymore. I just think you can't police it, you can't referee it. People don't want to come along and just think, well, I've got to cheat to win. Yeah. I can't. If I don't cheat with my 4-ball, I can't win. And then it's just, I think the next best thing you can do is like pairs and stuff, because the other pair are policing you. And yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for that though. I feel like our first proper golf day for a while. We've hosted like little mini ones even at Crondon. But yeah, we can get really like innovative. We can innovate and we can.
No, what's the word you was looking
for?
Well,
no, I know. I got completely stumbled on my tongue.
No, go on, say it though.
Innovative.
Say it, West.
We're going to essentially plan a.
No, I need you to get the word out.
I can't get it out.
We don't quit.
I feel like my tongue is now just.
I know, but we don't remember what we said. We don't quit on this stuff.
Yeah, I know, but the problem is, I now feel like I'm now thinking in my head I can't say it.
No, but you can say it.
No, I can't, because now my tongue is like saying.
No, go on, try.
I can't get it out. I'm having one of them. You know when you have a brain stall where you say something and you're now going to be stuck. People have had it on very simple words I've had before, and I genuinely feel like my tongue is now crossed. Because now I can say innovation, innovate, and now I feel like I can't get out. I can't get it out. I can't even start. I feel like I'm now brain blocked. Innovation, innovate. I can't get it. I feel like my tongue is.
Say it, come on.
Can you just say it once?
Innovative.
Innovative. What? Say it. It's not got a V in it, is it? Say it again. Just say what you just said.
Innovative.
Innovative.
What was the sentence that you said?
Just say the word.
Innovative.
Innovative. Have I even just made a word? Is that even a word?
Yeah, innovative.
Innovative. That's not a fucking word.
It is innovative.
Innovative. That's not a word.
That is a word. What was the sentence you said for the word?
Innovative.
Innovative.
I don't think that's a word. I think I've made a word up.
Innovation. Is that what you was trying to...
Yeah, but...
It was like... What was you trying to say? It was like very creative of us, or like very new of us.
Innovative. That ain't a word.
Innovative.
I think that's not a word.
Oh my fucking God. I need to know the sentence that you said, because innovative is a word.
Innovative.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Like if you've been innovative.
I don't think that's a word. Oh my God! And you were just looking.
No,
at
it
me.
is. The more you say it, the more it doesn't.
Straight in the
face.
face.
The more you say it, the more it doesn't sound like a word.
Okay, well, regardless.
Innovative.
If you want to come to the golf day, like we touched on, we're going to sit after this pod and do a little bit more in-depth planning. Now we had the venue and stuff. Like we said, we don't know the timescale in which the entry goes out to the golf club members first. 1 day, 2 days, 7 days. I don't know what notice we're going to give them before it goes to the wider audience. Forest of Arden, 2-day event, 1 night, 2 rounds, breakfast, dinner, blah, 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 blah.
Bosh.
Touching on Golf Bidder, welcome to the Golf Bidder Deal of the Week segment of the Golf Supply podcast, powered by Golf Bidder, funnily enough.
They missed it last time, actually, didn't they?
See it right there. Golf Bidder head cover on there. So as many of you may know, we are brand ambassadors for Golf Bidder, and we task ourselves once every single time on the podcast to have a look on the website and pick what we believe to be the best deals of the week if anyone is in the market for some new clubs. This week on the Golf Bidder Deal of the Week, we have our 2 picks. Westy, would you like to start with what your pick was?
Okay, very fitting. 2022 I'm taking you back to, so only a mere couple of years ago. 0311, so the PXG driver of the time.
It'll be on screen.
In fact, we'll just put it on the screen. Put it on screen. Rather than me turn around that and try and get out to the camera,
We'll put it on the screen.
I think we could just probably put it on the screen.
Uh-huh.
All blackout and £160. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
2022 0311 head for your driver, PXG.
Yeah, and because I'm sure they're the ones we've got in our bag.
Yes. Because I think they have this rule, PXG, where they don't bring out drivers every year.
Same as Titleist.
They only bring it out when they truly believe they can beat the previous model. They actually commented that on a last post.
There you go.
So, yeah, 2022, again, was not that long ago. £160. Pretty fucking good, really.
Which you can't fucking go wrong. We've used the clubs, which is half the reason we've said that for 160 quid if you're in the market for a new driver, because second-hand, new tailor-made, like current tailor-made in Callaway and Titleist is still going to run you up a bit of a bigger bill.
Yep.
So if you're on a bit more of a budget, and that's what these deals of the week for, we think is going to be the best value for money for people looking to buy some used clubs off of the website. So I actually went for, and I thought this was fucking brilliant, it was the irons that I used in the James Madison Invitational video. They are the Ping i525s. You can get them on Golf Bidder starting at £367.99. I think that's for 5 to pitching wedge.
That's pretty good.
It goes all the way up to their best condition 4 to pitching wedge at 643 quid, which is like 9 out of 10, like pretty much.
Yeah.
But for 367 quid, they're like the tailor-made P770s, I'm told by Will, because Will actually used to game these irons.
Okay.
Because I was hitting them, I was like, these actually feel really soft, like quite nice. Are these? Cause they're on the chunkier side. Will told me that they're hollow head construction, so they're like the P770s. Unfortunately for me, they were too upright, the set that I was using, so I was hitting them off the planet left, or struggling to not hit them left. But for forgiveness, for the flight that I was getting, for the feel off of the face, I think for 370 quid, if you're in the market for some new irons,
that was pretty good.
You will not go far wrong. And also the reason I've went for them is because I think that if you're a extremely good ball striker or low handicap golfer, all the way up to if you're a not so good beginner, 25 handicap, 30 handicap, whatever it is starting, it's one of them weird irons that could suit anyone.
Everyone.
So those are our 2 Golf Bidder picks. We'll put the links in the description to this podcast if you want to click on them, head over and actually buy any of these clubs. But as always, thank you to Golf Bidder for allowing us to be brand ambassadors.
No. Sorry.
Quickly on Father's Day, it was soft launched on the channel, but I thought I'd quickly mention it. I did become a father recently on the 21st of May at 9:22 in the morning. My daughter was born, Tully Mullin. Hooray! There's a really cool, I'll show you, because this company sent out, can't remember the guy's name, I'm so sorry, but I got an email to the info@Golf Supply email address. I don't know how people knew from the Madison video, because Madders obviously can't see me, and they went, Tully, congratulations, but I didn't actually say anything about having it. Anyways, he watched the video and picked up that I just had a child, and he'd watched, and he's got his own company, and I'll take some pictures and put it on screen for you.
That is actually sick.
Yeah,
that's actually so sick. You could probably take that abroad. Imagine that,
mate. It's unbelievable. It's from a company called ARLO Golf Co. And they basically make pencil bags for children. And he's kindly in pink embroidered on the ball pocket Tully. Feel the quality of that, by the way.
No, I genuinely can actually see it when you brought it in and showed me. That is, for me, the cutest, sickest thing.
Unreal.
But that is so cool, isn't it?
That's the same quality as a Jones. You could argue, just putting it out there, better. That's proper leather, really thick denim on there. All the bells and whistles, like, it's incredible.
Yeah, that is a cool gift.
Absolutely incredible. So I'll put a link to them on there as well if you want to go and get your little one. It's not even a novelty; it's an actual proper golf bag, and they do all embroidery on there, which was really cool. And it come through the post, West, and I was like, fuck me, that's heavy. It's like, what a heavy bit of kit. Like, that's like really solid. And then it wasn't until I brought it in here, because I want to put it up somewhere. The guy had put a white monster in the ball pouch for me, which was it
means he watches the content.
Yeah, which was really nice. And like I said, also I've texted James, but thank you to Titleist Footjoy for sending out little Tully shoes. But yeah, she was born on. I said all this in the previous podcast, but I'll say it again. She was born on the 21st of May, and because we've got a slight platform, and Westy agreed with me, so I'll say it again. We had some late complications in the pregnancy with Tully. She had has something called severe bilateral ventricomology, and I've probably butchered that. But basically, long and short, we all have ventricles in our head, in our brain. They get the CSF fluid off of our brain, and it goes down your spine and goes to wherever it's needed in the body. And at our 36-week scan, they measured them, and Tully's were severely dilated. So anything over 10 millimeters starts as mild, moderate, severe. Anything over 15 millimeters is classed as severe. So we got referred to King's College Hospital, where they rescanned and confirmed what Broomfield, which is our local hospital, had said, that they were severely dilated. And the prognosis on this, there isn't really a one-size-fits-all, because it's with the brain, but you shouldn't ever Google things anyway yourself.
No, I would agree.
It's the worst fucking thing you can do.
But you can't help it.
But you can't help it. And I just wanted to touch on this, and I won't talk on it long, because there might be someone watching this, or you could send it to someone who is potentially pregnant at the minute, who's been given the same results. So Tully's been born, and she is, touch wood, as it stands at the minute, absolutely fucking fine. She's rescanned a week after she was born, and her ventricles have actually undilated, if that's the right word. They've gone down from 18 mil down to 13 mil. All of the things that you read and potentially doctors tell you, because we were told some fucking awful things from the doctors that we met. And listen, it's not, they're always going to give you worst case scenario and this sort of stuff, but it's not all doom and gloom is what I want to say. Tully's been born. She was born healthy, happy, normal little, not normal is the wrong word, but just as you would expect a little baby to be born. And if anyone's out there that has been given this same diagnosis and you want some information of what we went through, then just feel free to reach out to us onto Instagram or send us an email, whatever it might be, because it's fucking awful. I rung, you could laugh about it now, but I rung Westy on the way back from King's College and just sat actually in here on with the phone leant up against there and just sobbed for about 30 minutes because you think it's the end of the world. And listen, we've obviously been lucky in this situation. There is some cases which there could be severe learning difficulties or motor neural difficulties, whatever it might be. We've thankfully, for us and our family, touch wood, been extremely lucky with Tully. But it's just important to say, because it's not always what you read, and it is just worst case scenario, this stuff that you read.
Yeah, looking on the internet. But I completely agree with you. I'll just chime in for 10 seconds. But I do think it's important if we've got some form of a platform.
Yeah.
And if one person reaches out and goes, oh, mate, I've literally just had the same news. Me and my missus are in bits, and you end up talking for one night and then never talk again.
I would have loved that. I would have loved to.
I think it's important.
Well, I don't wish it for anyone, but I would have, at that moment in time, all I wanted to do was not read stuff on the internet. I just wanted to speak to someone that I knew, or even if I didn't know him, I just wanted to talk to someone and say, right, your baby's had this as well.
Get that glimmer.
Has she been born? Has he or she been born? What was the thing? Because you don't. Well, we didn't know. We didn't know when Tully was born. Were they going to whisk her away and do all these tests? And how long will we not be able to see us? But we've been through it now. Thankfully, we're out the other side. Tully's amazing. She's literally the light of my life. She's healthy. She's happy. But if you're out there, your missus, your friend, your brother, and severe bilateral ventricomology or anything along those lines, and you would like a little bit more information, or you want to reach out just for a chat, then honestly, feel free to DM us, send us an email, and we will literally come back to you, and you can have our phone number, call us, and do whatever you need to do. But yeah, I am a father now and had my first Father's Day on the weekend. It was lovely.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
Three of my best friends.
Yeah.
Whom I would probably class my, aside from some of the army lads, but some of my down south bestest friends, Ash, Frex and Arch. So shout out the three of you. Yeah. First ever Father's Day.
What else have we got, Wesley? So we've
questions.
We've got some community questions. We always finish on Golf Supply Golf Club Q&A. So if you are to join our golf club, you can enter questions for us to enter on the podcast. How nice is this has been sent through by our club captains? Did you get sent this?
Andy is is that from Andy? I'm assuming
from Andy.
He's just hello organised, isn't he?
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna
Club captain Andy. This is Andy S, club captain of the Golf Supply Golf Club.
Right. So we've got probably 10 or so, 12 questions. So we'll rattle through these. So we're starting off with Harry Woods. He has asked. I'll say the question, you answer one, I'll answer one. It's going to be the best way to do this. Harry Woods, UK or US? Who would they most like to have next on the channel? From H Woods on TikTok brackets. He specifically asked for it like this, so he could plug his own TikTok. H Woods Golf. On TikTok.
Okay. Oh, as in like influencer. Yeah. If we could pick anyone.
Or I don't know if it has to be an influencer. UK, US. Who would they most like?
I'm just going to go with someone in the golf space. I mean, maybe Bob does sport. I think we could have a real good laugh with.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd like Fat Prez to be playing. He's trending down at the minute. If he could trend up, and then we have a really good like 2 versus 3 correlation there. I just think I would have a lot of fun playing with them guys. Personally, I think that would be really, really good.
And then he's actually asked 2 questions. Is GSGC Club Champs going to get any footage on the channel? The answer to that is yes.
Yeah, I think we'll just get Wilbur and JK are going to be running around all day.
Well, I think what we'll do is we'll film a lot of it beforehand, and then me and Westy will do a video of playing in our Club Champs, and then we'll probably have another camera person there as well to try and get some footage of some of you boys playing as well and get that in the video.
Yeah.
And then have some vloggy footage at the end of it. So yeah, there will be a video coming from our Club Championship.
It'll be a movie.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be a fucking good one. Next question from Shippo, a.k.a. Pego, a.k.a. Goutman. What's the funniest moment you've experienced on a golf course? One recent one comes to mind for me.
Go
on.
It's going to be something stupid, isn't
it? Well, it was stupid, but it actually did really move.
What? What did you just say? What was it? Tell me the golf course and let me see if I remember it. What? Excuse me? Pointing.
I can see my ball.
Yeah, well, that prick stole my ball. Listen, the good thing about playing PXG balls is nobody else plays them, so you can never lose them, and you always know if it's your ball. You never get done.
My God.
That bloke had my golf ball.
That was in fucking...
Why would a guilty man, an innocent man would not run away?
I am devastated that was not on camera and we were playing off camera for that. It would have been the funniest moment to ever happen on our YouTube. It was basically, we was at Camarão, Pride El Rey. When we was out in Portugal, the first day we landed there, we weren't going to do any filming, so we went out and played. Me, Westy, and Will always have like this little skins thing that we have for when we go away, and it's an ongoing tally. But we've said this on a podcast before. We were playing golf. It's this par 4. It did look miles away, to be fair. And Westy bangs driver, and there's people down on the green. And we get round the corner, and there's this like old fat Russian man. I know he's like losing his fucking shit, and his missus with him, his mate, going, you'll hit the ball near us. Or like, I'm not going to try and do his accent because I'm sure someone will get pissed off about it. But they'd clearly picked up Westy's ball, and Westy just like full head loss, and the bloke started driving off in his buggy, and Westy pointed and was like walking like an old man, like with his glasses saying he could see his ball. It was the fucking funniest thing in the world.
Bastard.
Yeah, it was really funny. Have you got a funny moment you want to comment on, or can we just run with that one?
Yeah, go with that one. I mean, there's so many where we've just lost it.
Thanks for the question, Pego. Next question from Hendo. If you could play a round with any 4 golfers, who would they be and where would you play? Dead or alive?
I would love to play with Rory just because I would love to see him
throw his clubs.
Like I'd love to be next to you when I hear that strike and like in your playing group. So I would just say Rory. You could say Rory on Tiger, but Rory now just because his striking is going to be more elite, isn't it, than Tiger at that current moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then who would you make our full ball up with?
Tiger.
So me, you, Tiger, and Rory.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that'd do views or not? Do steady 22k, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Channel average for us.
And then like maybe non-golfing celebrities. I don't really have like idols as such. I mean, like I think like the bloke that plays Borat would be funny if he played golf. That guy for me is just
top tier.
Yeah, like someone like him, and then I don't know really.
That'll do.
Justin Bieber, that'd do views. He's playing golf at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about views, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Ricky, we like Ricky. Ricky's the man.
He's the godfather. Him and Garbs are actually the godfather of the golf club. No one fucks with Ricky and Garbs.
Ricky has asked, what's the one piece of golf gear you tell every viewer to have in their bag, and why is it a game changer?
Good question, that is.
Mine's going to be a broader answer. I think every single golfer should play some form of 7-wood, 9-wood, something like that. I think that is a very useful golf club to have in your bag, and I think it's definitely worth the trade out over a 3-wood that is going to get you into trouble
and
sometimes.
You hit once or twice.
Yeah, that would be my one. Like some form of lofted wood.
Okay, I would say some form of ability to know the yardage, whether that's a watch, whether that's one of the tags, whether that's a rangefinder. I think knowing the yardage which you're trying to do rather than calculate is worth it. I'm pretty sure everyone has one now, some form. But yeah, something like that.
Ricky's also asked, for beginners watching, what's the best budget-friendly equipment setup you'd recommend to start playing without breaking the bank? Mine would honestly be to head over to Golf Bidder and just build yourself whatever budget bag you want to build yourself. If you're a beginner, all that matters is just getting out onto the golf course, playing, hitting golf balls, trying to get some lessons. So really, whatever your budget is,
pick that.
Just pick that.
My mum's partner's just got into golf. Like literally he's never hit a ball before, and I built him a set for like 260 quid. He got a driver, wood, irons, wedges, part, and a bag. Like, and he doesn't know. It's just, to him as a club, and that's all he needs.
Yeah.
And then I said to him, look, and if you get into it in a 6-9 months time, then obviously we can talk about further equipment. But for that moment in time, I think golf, because to get that variety of clubs, you'd have to scour the internet on Facebook Marketplace for fucking hours. You just go on Golf Bidder, pick what you're looking for, wedges, part, blah, blah, blah.
And that's going to be so much better than buying some like really shit cheap package set, which has the potential of breaking, or it's not going to perform how a normal golf club.
It's not a proper club.
No.
They're not package sets, are not proper golf clubs.
Mr. Lewington, Ryan Lewington, has put loads of questions in here, so we'll quickly rattle through these.
RRL.
Yeah, our boy Ryan, the Scouse resident. Did we think that the Patreon has take off as big as it has?
Nope.
I agree.
I didn't think we had visions, but I thought we'd be where we are now. We're a few months ahead of target, I would say.
Yeah,
in terms of like how it's being put across, perceived, and the movement in general.
I agree. What does it take to be a YouTuber/influencer?
I'd say there's one thing for me. Fucking persistence. It's persistence.
Yeah.
You can't just... It doesn't happen overnight. And two, you've got to be willing to just
grind it out.
You can't
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. Any other types of content coming? We've answered that. Feel like we need a single figure Westie series, like lessons and singles. I think we should start putting a few more of our lessons out on the channel. Okay. Just for people, I don't think it's going to bang on views, but people do genuinely. I find it interesting. You hate it. I've got a funny story, right? Listen to this, right? I'm glad you've asked that.
Well, a bit if I...
Go on. Go on. You go. No, go on. No, go on, because you should get your preface out there first if you want to.
So I haven't had a lesson in years and years and years, and I'm like, I say I'm fairly switched on. I'm a fairly competent human being, but like when it comes to golf fields, I am fairly numb, so I need to really, really concentrate. So I went for a lesson for the first time in years with Craig Lockwood at Five Lakes the other day. And we're running through stuff and we showing me stuff back. And me, Ash, Jack and Shippo are playing after us. Ash was like, I'll head down. And I thought, well, yeah, cool. Head down, hit some balls and I'll meet you straight after. Him and Jack walk into the lesson. I'm like, well, me and Craig are in student master mode right now. We don't want to be. And then I was trying to understand something, but then I was trying to be social and talk. I just it took me out of student mode. And no, I did get fidgety, and golf is something that I feel like out of all the sports I play, I'm just really struggling to get it. And I was really struggling to get this with Craig, and he probably thought I was a bit of an over-large Neanderthal. And so they've sat down behind. I'm like, I've got an audience now, and I didn't know. If I knew I was going to have cameras now and an audience, fine. But I didn't know, and now I just feel like a complete twat with this lime ball in between our forearms with black lines, and I didn't know how to complete the swing. I didn't know that you could finish the swing. I thought just go to the top, and then, I don't know. He said, yeah, just do the swing, and then, I just felt like
it was fucking epic. Whereas he was getting the ump, and I'll try and demonstrate it on here, but basically Craig was saying to him, go to the top of his swing, and then stop there to check his position, and then just do as you were, Westie, and just finish your swing as normally. But you're going to have to be watching to realise Westie goes to top.
It's not mean. How can I learn? I'm trying to be a student here. How can I learn when I've got this bloke? It's awful. It's like having Tiger watch you do a lesson.
Westy goes to the top of his swing and does this, ready? He goes, and then rather than like doing what he does and getting the actual club back to impact, he goes to the top and then just bends sideways.
I'm just going to understand how to get my right
He
elbow.
bends sideways and hits it like a baseball. And Craig looked at you.
No, there was another funny moment. There was one more funny moment. And I just think, Craig went to put a stick out. You know, where they're like, aim around the stick, or this is your start line. And he went, right, just grab a ball for me. And I followed him out to where he was putting the stick in the turf with a ball. And he went, no, you're going to hit the ball. So I turned around and put the ball back on the mat. Just picture this. He's got his back to me, putting the stick in the turf. He's like, right, you grab a ball. And I'm like, I actually remember grabbing two, thinking, why would he? So I grabbed two just in case. I didn't really hear what you said. And he's out on the stick, out in the range. And I'm like, and he went, no, you're going to hit it.
Oh my God, it was fucking hilarious.
Oh, but
brilliant.
no, I would happily fit, like Ash is right. It would probably flop on views in terms of it's not going to be recordsman style views for us or a bigger video. But yeah, I mean, I suppose if people would be interested, we could do like back-to-back lessons with Craig, like back-to-back 20-minute lessons, and try and put it into one. And maybe I don't know. We could try and think of something. If that's what people would be into, because it would take. It's no skin off our nose. No. It's good for us. So yeah.
On to Ben, who has a nickname in the club. I don't know if we can say it.
Nah, the Wizard.
Yeah, the Wizard.
The No Wizard.
Who is one person in the GSGC you would have a boxing fight with, and why is it Loz?
It wouldn't be Loz.
No. Who would you have a boxing fight with?
No one really. I suppose I'll just throw hands with Ben then, because he's the largest in there.
Yeah.
We both go at Ben.
I say to Ben all the time, I'd absolutely flatline him, but he laughs as if I'm joking. But
that's what I mean. I agree.
And then final set of questions comes from talking of the elders, Garbs. Best golf fit in their wardrobes. I know one that sticks to mind that I loved what you wore when you had that little G4 outfit going on.
You wore something good the other day. Oh, I've got one for you. Oh, shall I?
Well, mate, yeah.
So it could have been anything on the foot. You had Wilson's on. It could have been either Wilson's or a crisp white Nike or G4 or FootJoy. One of them four, but the Wilson's went nice with this. You had a baggy or like oversized boxy Reebok Manners brand new thing on, polo. You had olive green shorts, which is a colour. They're not like olive green. They're like olive green, but
Sagey.
like yes, they're actually called sage. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Which is a colour you don't normally wear, and then you had your brand new like beige Kith hat on, and I thought like for you, how you dressed in that fit looked like colours and like the actual fit of everything looked really, really good.
You also, it's not on the channel yet, but when we done a recordsman at Warpleston, look out for Wesley's outfit. Good outfit. Anyway, guys, that time this podcast did record, so you're welcome. That was episode 24. Links in the description to this podcast for the golf bit of deals of the week that we've picked out. The ad read you've heard from Golf Travel Centre with the trip that you can book. We've also got the ARLO golf bag in the description. We've got Fair Play. If you want to use our code, you get £5 off our new sign up, so you can enter our Recordsman sweepstakes with that. All of the information that we've spoken about in today's podcast is in the description to this video. Just to reiterate at the end of it, if anyone wants to reach out to us with regards to anything I spoke about, a little baby Tully, please feel free. Honestly, it's not burdening anyone. We would love to talk to you. And join the Golf Supply Golf Club if you want to be involved in some of these mini meetups and our club championship.
We'll post some more about it Sunday. Last time we got a bit, I reckon me and Ash will do quite a bit Sunday. You'll see some inside look at like what this Sunday looks like.